everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. In the last session, we managed to escape Fort Deadlight with quite a boon. Yes, we got one over on Benworth. We didn't take the easy way out and kill him, no, we watched some other pirate sail away in his ship. Watched the horror on his face as he realised that he'd been duped, and yeah, the sweat trickling down his face as we kind of play-acted as if we were toying with his life when we really intended to be diplomatic all the way. But he didn't know that for a brief few moments, and it was good watching him squirm, Fedoran thought. Anyway, we managed to procure some favourable reputation with the Principe. So that could come back to bear fruit in the future. So we've put back the appropriate deer wooden colours of the Watcher of Caed Nua. We've topped up our food reserves, we've reacquainted ourselves with our crew, and we are now ready to sail away to pastures new. So, what are we doing today? Well, first thing we're going to do is going to collect this set of supplies over here. And then maybe visit this shipwreck over here as well. And kind of get ourselves lost in the exploration of the seas. But no, we do have a direction that we are going to hopefully go towards today, and that is... I had it all sorted out, it's all gone a bit skew-if. Anyway, it's rather simple. We are going to Tikawara to carry out the task asked of us by our beloved Valian Trading Company. So we're going to have to investigate the situation with Poker Kahora. An expeditionary force has gone missing. So to get the lowdown, we need to go to Tikawara first. So for that quest, and this one is also linked to it. Now, according to our map, Tikawara is a fair sail from where we currently are. So we're going to come across some new stuff as we're en route. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that we're probably not going to get much time in Tikawara in today's session, because we're going to get distracted on the way, I imagine. But we'll see what happens. So we're kind of going to be winging it this session and see what trouble we can get into. So, yeah. If we do stumble across into any kind of potential bounties or ship combat opportunities, we might take them. We might take them. We might do. Whilst listening to these sea shanties, which are absolutely fantastic. Okay, so we're going to sift through the wreckage of the ship. And we find some ammunition supplies. And we continue to poke around and we find nothing of value. And we continue to poke around and we find barrels of drink. And we continue to search and we find ship supplies, repair supplies. And we continue to search and we find some water. And we've searched from top to bottom. I do think that those search events, I think they're a bit long-winded. Not in terms of the fact that, you know, you keep clicking through and clicking through and clicking through, but the amount of hours it takes. I mean, I didn't count that, you know, didn't count the hours there, but it's probably cost like, what, 20 hours or something ridiculous to search a shipwreck? That seems a bit of a long time to me, but anyway. It's not as if we're time-bound, but, you know, just a bit of a minor irk. Right, anyway, so we are going to Tikawara. Tikawara, we know where it is on our map, so we'll just click on it, travel there as directly as we can, and if we stumble across anything on the way, we'll take manual control. Now, I'm kind of intrigued as to whether or not a Principe ship will now attack us, now that we've got a little bit more favourable reputation. It's a rather large ship. It looks like a dhow. It is a dhow. So I probably wouldn't want to skirt too close to that and try it out. We might, if we see a Principe sloop or a Principe smaller looking ship than that, we might test the theory. But okay, we passed fairly close. Then it didn't sort of veer towards us. So maybe, just maybe the word has spread. Maybe the word has spread already of our exploit. So we'll just leave this open for now. So we sail past Port Margé, the northern part of. We continue to sail away. The Beggar Whiffruff, we've seen that a couple of times. This, the Dow, the Scuttler. Okay. Have we been here also? Yeah, we've been here. Ding ding! Full speed ahead, full speed! A bit of a storm there, I don't want to be passing too close to that. Get our sails blown off. Just our luck, that, wouldn't it? Right, so we're now kind of in uncharted water, so what we're going to do is we're just going to have a bit of a bumble at this point now. So we want to be heading kind of due northeast, if we in a general direction, but you know, we might just take a slight detour or two to get there. Bit of a kind of looping pattern. We could speed up the time to travel faster, but I don't like doing those kind of things. Ooh, a plagued ship. Sounds like just the kind of thing we want to be exploring, doesn't it? A ship of plague, but it is well. Oh, do we dice with death? Do we dice with disease? Of course we do. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, our spyglass wasn't spotting anything untoward. That's all we'll say. Okay. Plague ship! Aura the Mad cries out from the fore, finger jabbing skyward, indicating a green flag billowing lazily in the breeze on the ship's mast. Beardall leans in close. We should be careful, Captain, or we'll catch whatever took hold of those poor souls. Still, little Luca muses, there might be something worthwhile on board. The crew steals glances at you to catch a hint of how you're inclined to proceed. Maybe we can help. If we can't cure them, we could at least give them a merciful death. Even without a spyglass, you can espy a few living crew moving about the above deck. But we do have a spyglass, which is now finally come into operation, so we shall use it. You survey the deck of the ship. A few deckhands appear to be taking stock of some cargo. Pale to the last, they appear exhausted, their clothes drenched in sweat. They don't look that threatening. They look like they're struggling, they're ill. Let's help them out. Let's help them out. The crew guides your ship next to the plague vessel. The deckhands and captain appear shocked and apprehensive. Hylia's mercy! The captain blurts out, his voice raspy. I didn't think anyone would come to our aid! The deckhands stand tall, but their unsteady posture betrays their sickness. What is afflicting your people, Captain? The Swabby's hack, the captain says ruefully. It's not killed anyone. Rimagand look away, but it saps our strength and is quickly spread throughout the crew. Right, okay, they're weak, they're defenseless. Let's loot this place. God. Right, well, call forth the sickest sailor from your crew. We shall take them aboard and examine them and provide suitable remedies if we can. What? Jordu red-handed cries out. No one else in the crew says anything loudly enough to decipher, but their mumbling suggests they're unhappy about bringing a sick crew member aboard. Lost a bit of morale, but we can't leave these poor suckers. Don't worry, we'll have all quarantine process adhered to. Can't leave these poor souls in their current state. As the sailor shuffles from the plague ship to yours, your crew clears a broad path. Some make warding signs or mutter prayers to Rimmergand while the sick man passes. I can't thank you enough, the captain says. Without your help, who knows how long we would have been here. He offers you a small box. I'm not taking a plague-covered present. Yeah, I mean, we've helped them out. We're not going to go too far with our kindness and, you know, nice gesture, much appreciated. After a short period of examination, the sixth sailor returns to his ship with enough remedies to treat the rest of their crew. Weary but hopeful, they wave goodbye as your ship continues on its way. Boots of stability, look at that. The item was put into your stash. So we've lost some medicine supplies, but we've gained some experience. 2, 3, okay, a hell of a lot of crew members have ranked up as a result of our kindness. Oh no, that was a fast-moving plague. Little Luke is already bloody coughing around and hacking up his guts. The rest of the crew entirely unhappy now with us, as we have now spread the disease aboard our ship. But the medicine we have used proved to be effective. So, you know, ride out the sickness, and all will be well in the end. Hopefully. Oh boy. It was little Luca, wasn't it? He doesn't look ill to me. Where's little? He's here. Or was it a she? Was it little Luca that was ill? Ah, she's fine. She's a drama queen. But there we go, look at that. We've got level 2s, level 2 deckhands now. So that's great. We've got level 2 cannoneers. That's also great. Improving their efficiency and accuracy. Bayardor's a level 2 helmsman. Level 2 navigator. Level 3 cook. Oh, I bet she cooks up some right food. Bet she cooks up a storm. And a level 2 surgeon. And these are the spares. We can't put another one in yet because we don't have. We need to be able to do that at a port somewhere. But so far so good. You know, level 2s and level 3s. If we upgrade our cannons to some really kick-ass cannons and get some decent equipment on the side, also strengthen our hull a little bit, I think, and I've read, that you can actually complete the game and go through and fight and stuff with this base ship, which I'm quite tempted to try and do, because this is our very first. It's our Lord Fedora, and I don't think another ship will do us. So if we can maximise the efficiency of this ship as it is, it's the sloop that packs a punch. You know, it'd be famous on the high seas. You know, Fedora's little sloop, striking fear into those big dhows. That'd be a story to tell in a tavern, wouldn't it? A bit of a snaking path. Ooh, ruined tower. This is not where we need to be, but it's on the way, so we shall check it out. Oh no! It spread! It spread! Oh no! What have we done? We shouldn't have done it, should we? We shouldn't have entertained the idea of bringing a plague-stricken Oh, Fedora, sometimes your helpfulness is a hindrance. The illness starts slow. A cough here, the shakes there, but then it hits the crew hard and fast, washing across the deck like a rogue wave. Within a day, not a single member of the crew can breathe easily. Each coughs their throat raw, spitting bloody globs of phlegm into the sea. More morale lost. Tuliak Longfrost finds you in your cabin. Through the open window, you can make out the sound of one of your sailors retching violently. If this keeps up, Captain, your crew will be in no state to sail. There hardly are as it is. Care to tell me why everyone's sick? Because of your stupidity. Oh. Do we have enough medicine? I think we do. We've got things to do. We can't we could maybe we could afford to rest. How do we play this? It's our fault. It's our fault. Let's give them some rest. Let's give them some rest. Drop anchor, Fedora saying, we shall rest this out. It's not a problem. We'll hunker down and I'm sure everything will be alright. Okay. We put up our own green flag of sickness. We've turned into the plague ship now. Oh hell. Well, at least we're better prepared and equipped to deal with it than that other ship, by the looks of it. 2 days. Good grief. The crew appreciates a chance to rest, even if the constant coughing leaves them fatigued. Over the next few days, the disease runs its course. By the time the ship gets under sail again, the crew are all too willing to set forth to bluer seas. Bit of a morale boost now, maybe? Okay, so it kind of hit our supplies, but ultimately, that's about all it did hit. Lost a bit of morale, but ultimately, fair enough. We're out of decent drink. I almost feel like we should spare a little bit of rum for the crew to kind of keeping the rum supply for ourselves. A little bit selfishly. Fedora does like a nip of rum or two occasionally. So we'll spare a bit of rum for the crew, and hell, we'll even give them the fine Adira mead. So upgrade to the quality of your alcohol for the crew. Don't fight over it, but it's a way of an apology for us bringing forth a plague onto our ship. Don't say we don't do anything for you guys. Right, Ruin Tower. What more can we cock up in today's session? Okay, so it looks like it's just a searchable thing. The Leaning Tower of Ungati. Not of Pisa, of course. Right. We find nothing of value. We explore the ruins. We find a tattered grimoire. Ooh! A grimoire! Now there's a find that Fedora's very happy with. Very happy indeed. Not that we're going to equip it, but first of all, we need to take a look at a couple of things. Adair's boots. Extra fortitude and dexterity affliction duration, minus 25%. Good for him. And let's take a look at this grimoire we have just picked up. Spellwright's grimoire. It's got a few spells in there, of course, but it's all about the collection. A collection of hats, yes, but he's also turned his hand to a collection of grimoires, because at some point we shall have another keep of our own once we're done adventuring here in the Deadfire, and we need to start building up our library stocks somehow. Right, let's take a look at this collection of islands. Whilst we're here, we'll kind of do a loop round and then go back towards our destination. So get some supplies, fresh fruits, and repair supplies. Ale. That'll do, as well as lager. Yeah, we'll let them have the run first. Why not? Give them the good stuff up front. Okay. Right, let's get ourselves sailed to Tikawara directly. No more distractions. Quite a large island to explore. Even after we finish in Tikawara, there will be some exploring to do. Also, admit I got here quicker than I thought we would. Tikawara, early summer, please do 2828. Look at that. The graphics of this game are just so glorious. The water just looks absolutely fantastic. Almost as if I could dip my own feet in there, you know? So we're around here to gather information.
I don't see why not. A ship! I am saved!
You are saved. In a brief moment, because, oh, you haven't rested since we acquired an injury from Fedoran tripping over a floor, you know, one of those floorboards in the in the underground area of that keep during that fight. I checked back how he died, how he got knocked unconscious, and it was actually due to the fact that he got hit down to really low health by one of the enemies, and his deleterious alacrity of motion spell that takes a little bit of his health to gain him that extra speed. He basically died because of that. So he essentially did trip over his own feet. Adrift in a waking dream, Jyoti sways on her feet, sweating, muscles quivering. She whimpers low in her throat. Perhaps thinking initially that she's maybe still suffering from the effects of the plague from the ship. Fedoran giving her a slight shake. Is everything all right? You look a bit distant. Are you sure you're up to this? She groans, slow to rouse. At first she hunches in on herself, but then the tension eases from her muscles, and she stands straighter. Confused, her eyes study your face.
Reckon that's the first time I ever bore witness to my own demise. It was not pretty. Never woke with such a driving need for reaping before. It's making my hands shake.
What? I take it the cleansing didn't work?
It did for a while, but then it wore off. All this essence I've gathered. It soaked the blessing right up. Left me with hardly none. It's just a dream. Everything will be fine, I'm sure. A dream from gone is what it was. I just ain't sure yet what the symbolism means. Seems the more souls I gather, the better I see Gone's will. And the less I get a wink of sleep.
So they're getting worse, these nightmares?
Night or day, sleep or waking. It's getting harder to tell what's real from what's just yet to come. There is something I'm meant to do, though. Once I gather enough souls. Us Gonites, we're supposed to shepherd lost souls, not just gather them. The harvesting's only the first part. If I were to dump the souls, it might make me dream less, like before. Or, darn it, who knows? Maybe it'd just make it all worse. Either way, I've got to find my purpose.
She turns her face away, bottom lip trembling. Slowly her fingers reach for the hem of your shirt. She rubs the pads of her fingers over it, holding to you in the lightest of touches.
Will you help me, Watcher?
Of course. You're a valued member of our team. And I need you spick and span.
I was hoping you might would. Sometimes I feel like, with you by my side, I can stand against gods.
I think that we need to find an Adravane, yeah, and release your burden. It's the best way to ensure the souls reach the beyond.
It'll need to be a potent source to overpower the draw of my lantern. It's gotta be luminous for sure. That's one problem solved. But what about the itty-bitty issue regarding the god of rebirth not actually being in hell? The souls will make it safely, but who's to see to their proper reseeding? This is a huge risk of Aora's balance. You really trust Malgrin not to rebirth Aethasians as warriors of the flame? Think Galawain won't be greedy? Gone aside, the god's past actions don't instill me with the greatest confidence.
Well, what else would you propose?
Normally, I'd simply safekeep him until the god of rebirth could return to hell. But
well, after the debacle that we just had with the set of animancers here, I don't think we'd entrust a lot of souls to them, to be honest with you.
you're right. I ought to deliver as many souls to hell as I can, before it's too late. We need to empty my lantern right away. Gods, but you're clever. This is why Gon directed me into your path. I just know it.
Nora chuckling away with a beaming smile. Oh, clever, yes, well, you know, years of study. She nods once before turning away. Right, anyway. This chappie said something.
No problem.
The dwarf fans himself with a dish rag. His face is dark and shiny with exertion. Sweat colours wide crescents on his shirt. He looks at you like a drowning man would look at dry land.
Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valiant Trading Company sends no one. Unless...
Stranded? This looks like a settled island, not some desert retreat.
By whose standard do you call this settled?
With an anxious swallow, he glances over his shoulder at a sleepy, ramshackle village. His gaze darts from one grass-thatched hut to another, as if expecting some unspeakable horror to emerge. Yeah. See what he's looking at. He isn't fixating on anything in particular, but his eyes widen with unease whenever one of the island Armawa draw near. He flinches and clears his throat.
I only tarry here because my shipmates went to Pococohara to search for Luminous Adra.
Ah.
I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
And, why would he do such a thing?
Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters? Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hot northeast of that pitiful market. I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
Other questions, yes.
Ah, Bon Biacco. What about?
Oh, he has supplies?
The captain left all but the essentials with me. I have sustained myself trading with the villagers. Ecosi, but I'm almost out of ale.
Probably ship surprise. Surprise? Surprise. Ship supplies. Okay. Oh, got some healing potions. Ooh! Ooh, wait a second. Fedoran's eyes lighting up like Christmas bloody lights, you know, flashing and blinking in the night sky. Storm Turner cloak. The hell? Ooh, water attacks, freeze, shock. This would be quite a good cloak for what's his face? Takeo, sort of, you know, being a you know, somebody that works with the water shaper. Quite an appropriate cloak for him. Swordsman braces. But this... Oh, it's got an eye patch. Asena's tricorn. +5 ranged accuracy and slower reload time. A sailor of Valian descent. Asena the Gaunt. A moniker she earned for her unusually lean frame. Came of age in the living lands. Raised among ravenous beasts and carnivorous plants, the young dwarf took to the arbalist and arquebus shortly after she learned to walk. By the time she went to sea, she was one of the quickest shots around with either. The impulsive Asena soon fell in with a ship granted a letter of marque by the Valian Republics to counter Principe predation in the Deadfire. Though she earned her repute by the speed and accuracy of her shots, pirates around the region knew her almost as well for this hat, a sharp piece of headwear preserved with the fastidiousness born of the knowledge that few things pose great danger than equipment ill maintained. Oh, we're having that. I mean, statistic-wise, it doesn't make a great deal of sense, but lies, and damn statistics. Thank you very much.
The supplies at the trading post.
Thank you.
You will come to check on me, yes?
Oh, yeah. Fedoran's so hell-bent on trying this hat out. He's so excited that he's purchased it that he's completely forgotten about the fact that he had more questions for that man. The man walks off and Fedoran just lets him. Questions unanswered. Oh, gosh, the first piece of quality hat craftsmanship I have seen since I've bloody washed up in this archipelago, Fedoran's saying. Oh, now let me see. Oh, yes. I'll have to get used to looking with one eye. But, well, I am a captain of a ship. Perhaps an eye patch makes me look a little bit more menacing when required. Yes. Ah, yeah. Turning to his party after just, adjusted his new eye patch straightened and everything. Turns around as if to say, "What do you think?" And they're all kind of sort of grimacing, and Jody's like shaking her head a little bit, and Nadog is probably chuckling quite heartily. Probably quite likes it, to be fair. What do they know about quality hats? Turns his back on them and, come on, time to go.
Listen. Sure.
Right, well, let's have a look at this place. We've got a nice little beach area. A cage. The Kuaru hut, that's probably the hut of the big guy. This is the market area. You've got the trading post down here, so we'll revisit the trading post when Fedoran's composed himself from his excitement and perhaps remember to ask that guy some questions. A shrine, a storage hut. Oh, that could be actually the chieftain's hut there. That could be the right hut. Okay, so we'll explore. We'll explore a bit of everything here. Every nook and every cranny. There could be hidden items and all kinds of jazz. So a few people. Welcome. I've been welcomed. It's friendly greetings. It's nice for a change. A cat. It pays to explore every nook and cranny. What the hell is that noise? This looks like exactly the kind of place that would put a hidden item. Perhaps not. You better be working your charm, Seraphin. You are our perception guy now. I'm recording this session like it's now 10 to 10 at night, so I didn't have a lot of time to spare, but I was kind of hoping to dish it to kind of bring out Palagina for this mission, because obviously she's Valian. This is a quest for the Valian Trading Republic. She was kind of assigned to us by them when we revisited the trading company. So if we don't finish this quest today, which I don't think we will, I think we'll swap her out before the next session, because she might have some insight. There might be some story-based stuff that goes on. So we'll kind of swap Seraphin out for her, I think, in the next session. Or maybe Nadog, because she's kind of a fighter, isn't she? She's a paladin, so maybe have her there and keep Seraphim for a little while, and maybe give Nadog a bit of a rest, perhaps. I'll play it by ear, but yeah, in the next session we'll definitely have Pallegina free, which makes me think we shouldn't go too much further here today. I think we'll explore the exterior of this island, but we just won't go into the Kingpin's tent. We'll do that next time with Pallegina present. I think that could be the plan.
Quit your chirping. I have no fish for you.
Ooh, Lago Faith. Oh, now we remember these things very well from our time in the what was the name of the area? The oh god, I can't remember the name of the area.
Full tides.
Oh god, it's bugging me now. The DLC from the first game. It'll come back to me. What is going on with these caged Lago Faith?
Himwehi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island.
He looks at the creatures with mingled trepidation and disgust. They bare their teeth in response, flies buzzing around their clouded, gunky eyes and the dull patches on their scales.
Said maybe we train them to build. And if the soil and sea are misers here, then we eat them.
And his hand drifting towards his weapon. Yes, well, just make sure you be careful of these things. They can be very, very dangerous, and I speak with experience when I say that. Anyhow, what can you tell me about Tikawara?
The high tide is stingy with fish, and the low tide even more so.
Oh. Well, farewell. Remember what I said about these things. They are not to be trifled with.
Eh? Got it.
Still thinking. Oh my god, what was the name of the flipping DLC? The White March. Oh, yeah, the White March. That was the name of the DLC. Can't remember the name of the area though. Was that the name of the area as well?
Oh, filthy lizards. Even here I always smell them.
I'm sure talking about us.
No problem.
Filthy lizards. The woman stands outside the half-finished building, arms crossed, as if in protest of any shelter it might offer. She looks like she's scowling, but the scars on her face make it hard to tell.
An outsider in Tiquara? Who are you, stranger?
Ah, well, I am Fedoran, captain of the Lord Fedoran.
A captain? If you had sailed downwind of the island, you would have moved on, I say. I tell Rangaruano that the stench of Tikawara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it?
Fedoran, sniffing the air, as if for, I don't smell anything. It just smells like a typical beachside village to me.
I speak of the Lagufath. There is no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal.
Yeah, but how could you say no to those little faces?
To be fair, we did have a pet one, remember? A little baby one. Whatever happened to him, I wonder?
Always they circle our village looking for weaknesses. I pushed the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here.
So do you plan to do something about them?
A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hoina Ravine.
Oh no.
So I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the brood mother's head. It is not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagufath?
Oh god. Fedoran's memory working overdrive. Oh. But he's internally doing it, but he didn't want it to appear on his face. I'll give it due consideration while I'm here. Shouldn't be a problem.
Keep your eyes and ears open. The brood is daring when the mother is close. I'll have that fish woman's head mounted in my hut before long.
So she's like a little bit of a tavern, isn't she? So she's turning this obviously into some kind of a tavern, yeah.
The Renga wanted a trading post.
Trading post tavern, same difference. Not.
He said it will bring more Valians like the sweaty dwarf. Then they will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. We hunt, fight, and lead.
So why aren't you hunting and fighting and leading?
What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game, only Lagofath skulking in Hoina Ravine.
Well, you have tasked somebody else to go and deal with.
Even the antelope know there is no fit home. The grasses are thin and the trees are like a child's bones. Small and soft. Even to build this, we must hike up the mountain for wood.
So we can get. Let's check
Am I a
this out.
Kuaru? Do I dirty my fingers with coins 1,000 hands have touched? Never.
Oh, she doesn't trade.
Go see the sweaty one, the dwarf. He washes his hands sometimes.
Is there a place to rest here?
You'll never meet a more welcoming tribe.
Really? You're not a fine specimen of that, I'm afraid to have to say.
See? The villagers brawl for the honor of your visit.
Oh, so we can rest here. That's fine. Wow! Decent lodgings. Well hidden, it seems. Well, after the melodramas we've had, we may well be paying the 800 coin to rest on this island in luxury before we do any Lagoface slaying, I tell you that much. Good stuff.
Yeah, sure.
No sign of my shipmates on the horizon.
We can't ask him questions now, you see. So, why are you so edgy?
When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome feast for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept, only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
And where exactly did it all go wrong?
With the priest, Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us. After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore. Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course.
Of course. After your drinking, dancing, and eating, and joviality, yes.
But in the early hours, our lookout Soruano and Anaharu disappeared together.
Go on.
No one from the village approached us all day. Then by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no? Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again.
And you mentioned Neri?
The priestess? She imagines me in the jaws of our fish goddess. I know it. She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her.
But maybe I will. Thank you for the information. So so we've got this one here now, and this one here. Village priestess who is not happy about the recent influx of foreigners. She's at the shrine, which was up in the northwestern corner, up here. So we won't go into the shrine today, and we won't go into the chieftain's hut today, but we'll check out the storage, and we'll leave that hut as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit of an external look at the rest of the island, or the rest of this little village at least. For now, there's a named person here. I might talk to them.
The village starves, and you hide Kawiki fruit?
Oh dear.
I hide nothing, you bloated pufferfish. Traitor! Gatty's jaws will close around you.
Oh dear.
Confess, Tamao, or will you let good food rot?
Does mine look like a full belly, idiot? Question the rest of the Raparu. We all hunger.
Disgrace. Any other Raparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain.
Ooh. He pulls a dagger from his belt and thumbs the tip thoughtfully. And then turns to us with a bright, friendly smile.
Watcher, we can't just let this injustice stand. Do something, or I might.
Sure, shooting her a definite glare. She returns your look, eyes blazing. Then, with a puff of breath, she nods, leaving it to you.
I say, this outsider speaks her mind like a Mataru.
Yes, perhaps she speaks her mind too freely, if you ask me.
Another outsider. You visit Tikawara in hungry times. For what do you make of this hagfish, huh? Will Tamao confess if I tighten the ropes?
I take it, he's done something wrong?
Pakeho caught this wretch stealing the last of the Koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony.
I stole no Kawiki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant.
You hear this? A second chance we give, and Tamao throws it in our faces.
He's done this before.
Lied and stolen? Akira. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots, and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. I say there is no person in Tikawara who he has not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire.
And what was this Kawiki ceremony?
We would have eaten the last of the Kawiki as a tribe. This way, we give our thanks to Kahopa, the eel of life. Now, this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods.
Oh. I see. And it's obviously, I seem to recall from my readings, it is traditional to eat the whole fruit, seeds and all, is it not?
Akira, just so.
Hence why you can't grow any more.
To consume the fruit, seeds, and all. This is how we pray to Kahopa for bounty.
Yes. What say you to these accusations? To Mao, wasn't it?
I say I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. We stopped being a tribe when Ruanu dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves.
You shame us, Tamao. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind.
I mean, if we had some spare fruit, I mean, it wouldn't. Obviously, it might help the food situation, but it wouldn't help the situation here in terms of what's to be done with a potential thief or get to the bottom of the situation. So, Padoran's simply asking, what is to be done?
Pakeho's word is enough to give Tamao over to the waves.
Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools.
He spits, but without the forward momentum, it just dribbles on his chin.
Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine.
Okay, so I take it we're offering to maybe try and find some more fruit from. So, well, I suppose that's the least we can do. We are travelling the island anyway. We should keep an eye out. Do our best to help the situation. Don't know if we can do anything about this poor chappie, but, well, at least we can do something for them.
Akira, you would do this? I say, our Ranga will dedicate the Feast of the Last Kawiki to your name.
He claps Fedora on the shoulder, leaving Tamao all but forgotten.
Until the Kawiki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers.
I got a feeling we're actually going to maybe find the actual missing Kawiki rather than just some other stuff that might be lying around. So it might, if we find it, it might actually help him if it's actually in a location that he's got nothing to do with.
You are free to question him in your custom, I say. And Peheko, he tarries often by the beach.
So we need to question him and question this Pekeho character. Oh, he was the one that was overlooking the Lag of Faith, I think. Okay, so can you tell me a bit more about the village?
Then you must speak with the Ranga. His lodge is at the top of the hill, past the trading post.
Ah.
Nairi also knows much, but she is quiet ever since.
Clearing his throat and catching himself before he divulges too much information. Interesting.
Nairi, she tends the shrine in the northwest part of town, near the statue of Ngati. Yes.
Ah, that didn't go unnoticed, as much as you tried to smooth things over. Oh, I see. Perhaps I shall go speak with them myself. What do you do here?
I am a warrior, like most Mataru. Can you not tell?
Yes. Bulging muscles and very strong posture. Yes, did strike my notice.
We have little reason to fight on Tikawara, except when the fishermen drink too much of the dwarf man's liquor.
Funny thing I learned about grog back on a sorcerer. It be birthing up quarrels as often as it be burying them.
He pulls a skin from his belt and takes a swig. Excuse me, you're no drinking on duty, Seraphim. We need our wits about us.
But these are only small fights, not like it was on the island we left before, when the pirates, the slave... But what did I say? Tikawara does not give in abundance, but there are worse things, Akira.
There's something strange going on here. Well, thank you for the information. Both expressed and implied.
So you're saying you're literally a pirate of the mind?
Oops, a daisy. Oh, no.
Behold, lass, I'm the original psychic piratical.
Not hardly. Even I've heard about Malnage. She's a cipher like you, ain't she? Only older.
Had to dredge up my cruel rival. You should know her arsehole itches when mention be made of her.
What a nasty hex. Tell me you weren't the one that put it on her. Darn, I hope that doesn't make her itch. Hell, or that. Now I'm just making it worse. I best shut my mouth before I cause more damage.
I like your style, kid.
Okay, so there's the exit. There's the shrine, which we will visit in the next session. There's also an exit due west. There's Kuaru Hut, which we'll explore in the next session. And here's the Chieftain's Lodge, and this looks like maybe another trader? A seasoned Hawaiian woman rests her elbow on the drum, like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. Ah. Fedoran, Captain of the Lord Fedoran. Pleasure to meet you. One of her eyebrows arches up with an unspoken question. She squints down at the dock and nods towards your boat. She touches her brow with 2 fingers. Then she gives the drum a pair of playful taps. That may have been an introduction. You don't speak? A deep wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. The angle and shape look like the mark of a boar's tusk. She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof knotted to her belt. She then makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh. I see. Tap on the surface of the drum. Do you know anything of the missing tribe's Kawiki? Point in the general direction, maybe? Frowning, she sweeps her hand out to gesture at the entire village at once. Then her hand wanders toward her belly. She sighs through her nose. I see. Well, thank you very much for the information. Okay.
No problem.
So I think that'll do it for today. So what we're going to do is Fedoran is going to head off and procure the company some lodgings for 800 of our hard-earned coins. Rather expensive, but you know, we can't have anything less than the best when it comes to our luxuries now. So that'll be the first thing that we do. And then in the morning, bright and early, when we rise from our hopefully luxuriously soft sheets, we shall set out and get to work, which will involve questioning the two people involved in the Kawiki theft, speaking to the priestess, and also to the Ranga. And then from there, well, we'll take it from there, depending on what information we gather. So join me in the next session as our exploration of Tikawara and this island continue. Until then, see you soon.